And the next thing she yells is that the fire is in their backyard. So it was the
Oh,
same night that the mass fires started in Northern California, the Tubbs fire and the Nuns fire. So needless to say, adrenaline kicks in and I suddenly got my bearings and all my family's there. And then I find out the fire is going through the entire town, much like what's happening in Southern California right now.
yeah.
And my daughter was there and I could not reach anybody. So found out later that they were evacuated and they were safe. And then the next day I collapsed and I woke up in
Oh my.
the doctor standing over me and he said, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's time to get your affairs in order. We're trying to make the calls, trying to get to your family. We think that you have approximately 24 hours to live, and in your condition, it's about a 2% prognosis.
If I may interrupt,
Yeah.
what was it like being told that you had 24 hours to live?
So I had just suffered a massive bilateral pulmonary embolism. And what happened to me in that moment is the immediate reaction was that I absolutely flipped out. And apparently they had to sedate me because I was screaming, I'm not effing going out like this, like really loudly. So I had a total like
Yeah.
moment. And then what I realized, shortly after that is that when I went under the first time, I did see the other side. And so I had an entire experience with that. And when I came back to, some things were very clear to me. And in that moment, what I realized is what really mattered and what didn't. When you're told your time is up and you have no more time to make changes or do things differently or make amends, the only thing I thought about in that moment that I would leave this lifetime without having done is the relationships. The ones I didn't nurture, the ones I didn't create, the ones I didn't forgive or repair, especially with myself.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more important in this lifetime than the relationships that you have or that you repair or that you create and nurture. And that's all you take with you in the end, are those things, whether or not you have regrets and a full heart. And
Yeah.
so,
Absolutely.
yeah. So for me, it was a very pivotal turning point. The fact that I'm here is a miracle. They still can't explain it. I
Okay.
calls with the American Lung Association, Heart Association, but I know I'm here and I know what I saw on the other side. And so coming out of all of that, it's been a purpose and a mission to really help people. And that has morphed over time. There's something I called survivor's burden. And people don't talk
Okay.
about what happens to you after a near-death experience like that and the mass depression that you can fall into and absolute confusion of identity and what you're supposed to do and where you belong.
Yeah.
And so that was a big deal. And I had spent, almost 18 years in automotive.